Who's working? Who's working? Who's working? Who's working? Who's working? Who's working? Hunter captured by a gang. It's just a game. The hunter captured by a gang. It's just a game. The hunter captured by a gang. It's just a game. The hunter captured by a gang. It's just a game. Hunter captured by a gang.
Hunter captured by the gang? Who's working? Some are foolish enough to believe that they are in control because they have money. I beg to differ. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we watched some hide behind computer firewalls and VPNs as they spewed lies to the gophers. Now, the gophers are the minorities and underprivileged whites who work at the grocery stores and drove buses, Uber, and taxi cabs. They work with doctors, nurses, and other hospital workers, etc. They lay their lives out on the line as the programmers and programmed few lies, deceit, and use other corrupted programs that they could cope the golfers turn those machines back on. They could care less about the gophers that continue to perform extraordinarily. The stinky money, trick, deception, and the confusion are blinding. Some cooked up and bought lies and deceived themselves. Once the proverbial dog whistle sounded, those affected by the program came from under every rock. They forgot that they too were human. Still, they disrespected just about every other human being on earth. People once trusted became suspect. They forgot a few things, however. Excess labor. Corporations measured success by the strength of their labor force for many years. Companies bragged about how many employees they possess. We have seen a trend in mergers and company buyouts recently. Outsourcing, robotics, computers, and the like have also tipped the scale. The old companies complain that there are many job vacancies unfilled. How can this occur? Some scream that the Recovery Act owed too much money to working families, causing a dip in people willing to work. Is this true? Some say that people are more intelligent. They refuse to work for pennies any longer, as there are various means of earning the buck without risking one's life. Some company owners have become wise enough to know that good employees are hard to find. When you find one, pay them properly. The old slave master employees are still struggling to continue debunked old practices to their own chagrin. If they take your vote, they can force you to work for peanuts while they cruise away in their yachts. They still believe that keeping people dumb and broke works. If one cannot vote, the money grubbers think that they can intimidate poor and minority people back to slave labor. Slave, cheap, suppressed, and unleveraged labor markets have been the key to the American dream for a few. What's next? Some still believe that fear is the way forward. They begin being as harsh and cruel as possible. This fear-mongering is an age-old trick used by Willie Lynch on the slaves in the 1700s. This mentality still exists. They build walls, block off the borders from the Mexicans, stop the Muslims from entering the country, etc., 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 to provoke fear. They overrun the Capitol building, then lie about it while the world watches. Excuse me, I forgot these things have already happened. Now comes the real deal. With a critical jobs market hold on. Some have all this money and businesses, but they cannot find anyone to do the work. They fail to remember that most that work are minorities or underprivileged whites or Mexicans. Some people believe that they hold all the money for themselves, but still can run a successful business. I don't think so. Doctors, nurses, ambulance drivers, and others on the firing line are getting fed up. They work hard every day to support organizations run by tyrants and crooks. Why should they not run their own hospitals? I'm sure that many will help them.
Who's working? 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 Hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. Hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. A hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. Hunter captured by the game. What's next?
People are sick and tired of thieves running just about everything because of their wealth or lies about it. Wealth. Labor will no longer be the same. If minorities cannot vote, why should they work for people who do everything that they can to stop them from voting? Other entrepreneurs are now forming companies, as I type, that will replace antiquated companies with slave mentality owners. People of good standing will have a choice from which to purchase their wares. The dogs are out. Intelligent people are not flashing their money and guns or creating mobs. They are quietly preparing for the inevitable. The select few are scrambling to position themselves to profit from the confusion, as they know that companies need a labor force and a receptive market to be successful. Many have the people and technology to direct the necessary grunt to compete with any company by using pure people power. The most egregious companies will be surprised when their employees and customers are gone elsewhere and their mobs, guns, mysteriously stop firing. The game can also play the game. Just young.
Who's working? Who's working? Who's working? Who's working? Who's working? Who's working? Hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. Hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. Hunter captured by the game. What's next? Hunter captured by the game. captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. They think they got the American dream. The hunter captured by the game. They think they got the money, man. The hunter captured by the game. The game, the hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. The hunter captured by the game. It's just a game. The hunter captured by the game. Don't miss it. Age mentality.